Hello, I am so glad you could join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Look who I have here today. I have Mr. Camden, and he's in a good mood. He is all smiley today. He came to join me, and I'm making something special. I wish Camden can help me, but he can't. Right, Cammy? Say hello. All my friends are always asking me for you. How is Camden doing? So I just wanted Camden, before I get started, to come over and say hello to everyone. Say hello. Okay, so today is going to be a special day. I am making for you hot cross buns. Okay, I want you all to make hot cross buns because I know there's a lockdown in Barbados and you are not going to be able to get out to get your, maybe not be able to buy your buns this year. So you're home, you're on lockdown, you have plenty of time, so you can make hot cross buns, and I have the recipe right here for you. Just join along and you can make them. I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so we're going to be making hot cross buns. Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Okay, so Camden is here to join me, so I'm gonna put him down for a minute so we can get started, and I'll show you exactly how to make these buns. Okay guys, so now we are gonna make some hot cross buns, as I said, and in my bowl here I have 4 cups of flour. Okay, and this flour is Sift, so I have 4 cups of flour. You're gonna be surprised to see how easy this is. As the kids would say, easy peasy this is. Okay, there's just a few steps that's in it, but you're home, you don't have anything to do, you can follow those steps. So I have my flour here. So in here, this is 1/2 cup of sugar, and as I said, 4 cups of flour, so I'm gonna sprinkle that in there. In here I have 2 tablespoons of yeast. Okay, active yeast, 2 tablespoons I put in there. Now in here I have some cinnamon. This is 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Put that in there. And in here is some raisins. This is 1 cup of raisins. Now you can use 1 cup of raisins, you can use, or maybe 1/2 a cup of raisin, 1/2 a cup of currants. You can also use maybe 1/2 a cup of currants, 1/2 a cup of mixed fruits. It's up to you, your preference, whatever you want. I am using raisins right now because this is what I have. So this is 1 cup of raisins, and I just put everything in there. That's it. As I said, easy peasy. That's it. Now I'm gonna mix this all up together. So I'm just gonna mix this up here. The flour would coat the raisins. We're gonna combine everything in here one time. See, it's just a matter of just dumping everything in there. See how easy that was, guys? Nothing to it. Mix it up well and just set it aside. So this is our dry ingredients right here. Put it aside. Now I have my wet ingredients here. This is my milk right here. This milk is warm. It is not cold, it is not hot, it is warm. Make sure your milk is warm. Okay, and I have 1 egg here, which I should have broken before. And I'm gonna take my egg and I'm gonna add my egg here, and I'm gonna beat that up. So this is my 1 egg here. So to this egg right here, I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of, this is orange zest. Here's my orange, and I just grated it. So get 1 teaspoon of that. You can use lemon extract, or you could use lemon zest. This is orange zest. I also have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I'm gonna add both of these to that and beat that, and I'm gonna set this aside. Okay, in So now I have my lemon, I have my dry ingredients, and I have my wet ingredients. Okay, so now this is the next thing we're gonna do. I have here some butter. This is a stick of butter. This butter measures half a cup. So we're gonna use half a cup of butter. I'm gonna take my butter. This butter is soft, as you can see, because I left it out at room temperature. So this is what you're gonna do to your butter. Leave it out at room temperature, and you see it is nice and soft. I put my butter in here. Now my hands are clean because I washed my hands, and this is what we're gonna do. Make sure we wash our hands. And now we're gonna put our butter in here, and we're gonna mix the butter up with our flour. Okay, most Christians do this around Easter, Good Friday. You'll have hot cross buns. Is something you'll have with your breakfast in the morning. Okay, so now we have our butter is incorporated in here with our flour ingredients, our dry ingredients. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add my milk. I'm gonna add my milk ingredients to here. So let's make a well. Let me take this fork out. We don't need that fork anymore. So let's make a little well here. I like to make a little well, and then kind of mix everything up, mix it in. Okay, so you mix, you keep mixing. And you keep pouring into that little well your mixture. Oh, I didn't say this is 12. This was 12 ounces of milk. I think I forgot to say that. I put 12 ounces, but what I did is I put half a cup of milk, and the rest I filled it up with water. Okay, so this is milk and water mixed together. Okay, guys, forgot to mention that part. You can use all milk if you want, or you can mix it too. And this is it. This is your buns. Hot cross buns. Guys, this is reminds me of in Barbados around Easter. You would have your buns. As I said, everybody would be out. All the boys, the kids, I guess the kids would be on vacation from school, and you'll be out making your kites while your parents will be inside making this, and you'll be making your kites. Remember, my kids don't know about stuff like that, but we did not buy kites. I mean, everybody sell kites now because nobody don't got time to do stuff, but we did not buy kites. We made our own kites. We went and cane ground, they freshly cut cane ground the canes. When they dry, we would go and take the, we call the trash bone, I think that's what we call it, and you take that and you make kites. I know exactly how, I remember exactly how to make those kites, right? And everybody for Easter have kites flying. Everybody have a kite in the air. Put a little whistle on your kite and you fly your kite. Okay, guys, so this is my batter here. So as you can see, it's a little bit wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of flour in there because it's a little bit too wet to me. So you can always add a little flour if you think it is. If you think it's a little too dry, add a little water, a little milk. Yeah, so now what I'm gonna do with this is I am going to spread it out on my table, put some flour on my counter, and just put it on my counter like that. Try to get everything out of there. We don't want to leave anything inside. I'm gonna get my scraper to make sure I get all that out. Okay, so I'm gonna sprinkle some flour on that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead, make sure your hands are clean, guys, and just go ahead and knead your dough. This is all you're gonna be doing, guys, and you're gonna do this for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, because what we need to do is stretch the gluten strands in here. So we're going to do this for 10 minutes. You can add a little more flour. And we're going to go ahead and just keep doing this. Just keep kneading it. You need some good arm muscles, guys, while you're doing this, because your arms get tired. If you have one of those machines, it's good to mix your dough. I have one, but I know a lot of people don't have those machines, so I rather do it this way to show y'all how to do it. If you don't have the machine, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it that way. We're making our Easter buns, guys. This is it, guys. This is what it looks like. You do it for like 10 minutes. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna reuse this same bowl. So what I'm gonna do is just spray my bowl a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my dough up. And I'm gonna put it in the bowl. Turn it around for a little bit so you can get a little bit of that oil on it. And this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna cover it and put it in a warm place for 1 hour. It should be double in size, and then I'll come back and we'll go on to the next step. Okay guys, so my hour is up, so let's check our bread and see. Oh my goodness, look at that. So our bread has doubled, it's more than double. So now I'm going to put that out on my table. Let me put this over here. And we're gonna punch this down. Let the air out of it. Let the air out. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to cut this in half. Put half here, and this other half right here, I'm gonna divide this in like 6 pieces. Now you can cut it with this, or you can just hold it like this and pull it like that. That's one way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna get 6 pieces from here. Okay, so what we can do is if one piece is a little bigger than the other piece, you just stick it and kind of even them out. Try to get them as even as you possibly can. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our piece that we have like here, kind of flatten it out on your hand a little bit like that, like a bake. Kind of flatten it out like that, and then we are going, but before I do anything, let me show you here. I have a pan here that is already buttered. I'm gonna be putting them in this pan right here to the side. So what I'm gonna do is, what you do is you just take it and you just bend it over like that. Bend it, I keep saying over, under. So you just bend it under. You just go like this. Okay, and just for you know, until it looks smooth at the bottom, right? And then you just take the bottom like this and you just kind of twist it like that. Twist it till you get it nice and smooth like this, and then you put it in your, just like that. Let's do another one. You just kind of flatten it out a little bit. like a little flat bake like that. And then you kind of bend it under. Bend it under. Just bending it. Just bending it under. Nothing fancy. And then kind of like that. Sometimes the raisins try to get out. Just stick them back in there. Just stick them back in there. And then just get the bottom and twist it like that. Hold it like that. And then just like you're twisting it. Just smooth it out. And then you put it in there like that. Simple as that. And when you put them in, don't let them touch because they're going to even swell some more. Okay guys, so these are our rolls right here. We have 8 over here and we have 4 over here. This wasn't large enough for everything to go inside. So what I'm going to do now is hot cross buns usually have a cross that goes across them, so we're going to make that cross right now. So what I have here is a little bit of flour. So all I'm going to make is a little paste. A little water and flour, that's it, to make a paste. Add a little more water. We're gonna make a little paste, guys. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this paste on top, just a little drop more. I'm gonna put my cross on top. I'm gonna cover those again. I let them sit for another hour. And once they sit for 1 hour, and when they sit for 1 hour, then I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes, okay? So you would check them and make sure that they are nice and ready. So see guys, this is what the paste looks like. It's nice and thick. You just want to make sure that you get all the bubbles out of it. Okay, the lumps, not the bubbles, the lumps out of it. And this is about the texture that you want, okay? So now I have here, I'm going to pour this water out. It's from here, put that there. This is a little Ziploc bag that I have. I'm just going to kind of stick it inside of this glass right here so I can get the opening. So just stick it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this in here. That should be about good. That should be good. And there you go. And you have it. Okay. Now, let me bring these over here. I'm going to cut a hole in here, but I'm going to make the hole very tiny, okay? So you're going to make a very small slit. Very small hole. And then I'm going to come here, start from the top, and I'm just going to come across, right across. Okay, do the same thing over here. And then guys, you're gonna come across. Do the same thing for each of them. Okay guys, so that's it. So I'm gonna do the other one, and once I finish this, as I said, I'm gonna cover them. I'm gonna cover them again for 1 hour, let it sit for an hour in a warm place, and then I'll put them in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes on about 350, 375, 350. I usually do it at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes, and I will be right back. I will be back as soon as it's all done. So while our cross buns are resting, there's still another step that we have to take. Now on top of our buns, we need that nice glaze that go on top. So we have to go ahead and make the glaze now and set it aside so it will cool. So come over to the stove so I can show you how to make the glaze to go on top of our hot cross buns. So here I have a saucepan on the stove that's hot, and in there I put half a cup of water. To that water I'm gonna put half a cup of sugar. Now if you have a bay leaf, this is where you add a bay leaf in there. I had some bay leaf here. I have no idea. I think my daughter may have thrown it away, so I don't have any bay leaf. But if you're on the islands, you can add a bay leaf to that, and you could have, and I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. You can add mixed essence if you have that, as well as the vanilla essence, to help flavor it. So all I'm gonna do now to this, guys, is I am just gonna stir this here until it reduces like half the size of it that it is right now. And once that is all done, I'll set it aside until my buns are all done. Okay guys, so the sugar has melted now, so I'm gonna set this aside for a few minutes because it has reduced. So I'm just gonna set that aside until, let it cool. Glaze that we made earlier, what I'm gonna do is these rolls came out and I let them sit for a few minutes to get cool, because you don't want to put the glaze on when it's too hot. You want to let them cool for a little bit. So that's exactly what I did. So now I'm just going to put this on. This is why we get that nice sticky buns, and this is what's going to give it that nice shine, get that nice gloss. And I hope you guys can make your own buns this year and don't worry about having to buy them. Just when you're going to town next time, just buy some flour. And you see how easy it was. I just dump everything together and just knead it. It just takes a little time because you have to put it down, let the yeast do its thing, and you have to do it at least twice. So you're looking at maybe approximately giving yourself at least 3 hours with this. But while the yeast is doing its thing, you could be doing something else, because you know it's not preventing you from doing something else, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. So this is optional. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do it maybe on a few of them to show you. You get a little bit of, this is sugar, this is powdered sugar, and this is a little milk right here, and we're going to make a little paste just like we did for to make the cross earlier with the flour and the water. We're making a little paste. The only thing is this paste now is powdered sugar and a little milk. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go over the cross that we have there. So I'm gonna put this in a plastic bag like I did before. I use this glass. I'm not gonna throw away that milk right now. I'm just gonna stick this in here because it's really not that much. And put this in here. And this is, you see, some people have that sweet on the top. And you're gonna get your little scissors. And then again, you go over the cross where you had made your cross before. Continue. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one is not, I don't think I made it thick enough. I think I needed to make it a little bit thicker. And you go over your cross. Okay, this is good, but mine is a little bit loose. You see that? So when you do it, put some more sugar in there and make it thicker. And that's it. I'm not going to do the rest of them. I'm just going to leave it as that. But I just wanted you to see how to do it. Okay? So here we have these 4 here that have that, and these ones does not. So guys, this is your hot cross buns. So I guess I gotta go ahead and taste it for you, huh? Somebody gotta do the job. Somebody have to do it. So it's me. Some of the syrup drop on my plate, which is good. Okay, so let me go ahead and take one of them out. Let me see if I could take it out like this, or maybe I need to get a knife. Yeah, they look nice and soft. And that's it, guys. Look, see how nice and soft? Look, see that? Look at the bottom. Nice and soft. Let me rip it. And that's what it looks like. Now let me taste it for you. Now you can eat these with cheese. You can eat them with jelly, whatever you want to. You can have them with your coffee or tea in the morning. And this is usually what they're, usually people eat them on Easter for breakfast in the morning. So let me go ahead and try it for you. Normally, if you're not around, I would just lick my fingers and get this off my fingers. It is good. It is good. Guys, you have your raisins in there, but as I told you that you can add currants in there, you can add mixed fruits in there, you can add whatever you want in there. It's nice and soft and tender. These are good. It's good. It's really good. I have something to say. 1 second. Let me just eat this and I have something to say. I want to make a comment about something that's happening in Barbados. I still have sisters that live in Barbados, and one of my sisters was tested for COVID and she came out positive. But she doesn't have a cold, she's not sick, she's asymptomatic. She is fine, she's doing okay, she's well. But what they do in Barbados is when, and I'm saying this for people who live abroad, who live in different parts of the world, is when someone is positive, they take you from your home and take you to Harrison's Point, which is in St. Lucie. Now, she was saying this to me and I said, but why can't you stay in your house and just stay in the house and recover? But what happened is, you know, sometimes people are supposed to stay in the house and they leave the house and do different things. They don't stay home. Or some of those houses are kind of close to each other. But what the government do is they send a bus for you and take you to Harrison's Point, and that's what it did to her. So They came by a bus, they picked her up, and they took her to this facility in Harrison's Point, which is in St. Lucie. Okay, so she told me they have been so good to her. And a lot of people, I guess, is not aware of this. They may hear Harrison Point and they get scared. But she said they have been so good to her. They've been feeding her. The place is a very big place, a very big compound, and it's sectional as to where you can go and so on. She's in the room. She said there's television, there's a refrigerator, there's stuff to make your tea or coffee if you want to, and they feed you your breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, and they feed you really well and they treat you really well. I said, so you're in a hotel. They're treating her like she's in a hotel. They're treating her really well, and she is so grateful for the way they're treating her, that she says that as soon as she leaves there, she have to give a donation. She's going to give a donation for the treatment that she's been given. Barbados is doing a fantastic job of taking care of their people who have come down with this COVID. Okay, so thank you, Barbados. And just like my sister, she says once she's out of there, she is gonna donate. She have to donate, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just telling you right now, if you're able to donate, Harrison's Point, they're taking care of the Bajans. They're doing a wonderful job. Okay, enough for me, enough for me. Guys, I had fun making these hot cross buns for my family, and I hope you have fun making some for your family as well. The recipe is really simple. Easter is about to be here. Make yourself. Everything is on lockdown. You have plenty of time to make your own, okay? Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I will be sure to return your messages, okay? I had fun, and I hope you have fun as well. Until next time, bye-bye.